Welcome to this week's review where we're showcasing two cigars which, fair to say that
underperformed.
We detested.
Detested. Underperformed, yeah.
Underperformed, detested, didn't like, thought they were crap.
Failed miserably.
Pretty much all the above. The Bolivar Short Bolivar, V, the Partagas Series D No5 limited editions. Bolivar Short Bolivar obviously is a regional release from Asia Pacific, and the D5 LE was the 2008 release, both of which are identical in size effectively. Small, short buggers. Not much between them.
Short and fat, mate.
Short and fat.
Was this one of them? Did the tie hooker come out in this?
Yeah, I did describe the D5, D5 as a tie hooker, but short and fat, as Kenny would say.
Not sure if it was a guy.
Not sure if it was a guy. Let's see if they've improved. Maybe we just dished on them too much.
Maybe we're too eager. A lot of people like them.
Which surprises me. Actually, a lot of people like these cigars, and people I respect.
Clearly no one on this deck.
no one on this operation. But unfortunately, I haven't got Ken here with us today because he's actually got a paid gig. Someone's paid him to do a wine tasting in South Australia. Good luck, Kenny.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Remember, white and red, two different types. I think I hated the D5 more than the other one last time. Let's try this one here. The box code of the D5, if I've checked this correct, PUB SEP08.
It feels well rolled. It feels very well constructed.
Yeah, aroma cold. Bit chocolatey.
Yeah, chocolatey, light spice.
A little light spice, bit of cedar.
Yeah. Not the prettiest. I've seen better ones of these.
I've seen some really nice red wrapper.
Yeah, this one I don't think is the best, but I've seen some very well presented.
These are dead set, ugly sister, hit with the ugly stick cigars. Yeah. But anyway, let's go. Let's not death ride this so much. I was speaking with good guy Tom on the forum today. He loves these. I reckon he's bought 5 boxes of these. Which certainly not from us, Tom, because we haven't sold fucking 5 boxes ever since the last review. Can I say? In fact, I reckon we haven't sold 2.
Half a box.
And one of those, they're just missing from inventory. I don't even think we actually got paid for them. They've just been stolen. But some guy's got no idea what he wants to take.
We're looking at you, Mini Smithy.
No, he's got taste. He took the Ramon Ionis Estupendos.
Oh yeah, box number one. That's right.
He doesn't muck around with this stuff.
His retirement package.
Draw's perfect.
Draw. Yep.
Yeah, not too open.
Yeah, no.
Fire it up, man. I'm gonna get the wines going. How's it starting off for you?
Fairly smooth.
No bitter. No bitter overtones, undertones. How does it feel to you in the hand?
Very beautiful in the hand. I was just about to say beautiful. You know, there's that soft oil sheen on that wrapper, so it feels very nice in the hand, and the smoke's very velvety on the palate.
Do you actually like something that size in your mouth?
Where are you going with this?
I'm just asking you a question. Does the Vitola feel right? Because that's an issue I have with this. Does it feel right for you? Mild?
It's on the mild front.
Mild front. A little bit of spice from the nose.
Soft, chocolatey.
Not an Easter egg, mate.
So not the best Easter.
Not really.
Very light. I'm struggling to get much flavour out of it.
I'm hoping it transforms because.
Now we've smoked one of the. I smoked one of these last week or the week before, and so did you. And it wasn't that bad.
No.
I remember it being a better opening than this, though.
Yeah, it was. It was. It actually gave us a bit of hope to review them again. Let's see. Let's not death ride it yet.
As we do with most of our cigars.
Let's at least get to the end of the first glass of wine before we sink the boot completely.
Okay, back at the end of the first third.
Smitty at the end of the first third.
Mate, it's picked up in intensity. It's moved definitely into the medium bracket. Following through with, I've had a bit of a tough burn, but I just think that's a bit of high humidity floating around at the moment. Chocolatey flavours coming through. Very light on the spice, which...
It's not a Partagas.
No, I was just about to say, doesn't fall into your Partagas bracket.
Yeah, it's not a Partagas. You could stick a Bolivar sticker on this thing here.
Yeah.
It'd smack like a bolly. It has got that underlying choc notes to it. Spice to the nose almost disappeared. It's probably got,
very short on the palate.
Oh, really short finish. in flavour at the end of each of the draws. It's not rocking my world. And, I mean, the only thing I regret is that it's only up to its first third.
But it has, I must admit that it has improved in its first third. For its first only is very mild, but it's moved to
When you start with crap, I mean, honestly, I mean, you've got to go somewhere good. You just can't get worse. It has improved, right? At the moment, it's... Look, it's not a great cigar. It's a good cigar. Let's talk about the positive. Draw's perfect.
Construction's
perfect.
Yep.
There are flavours, but they're not Partagas flavours.
Yeah. No, they're not Partagas flavours.
Yep.
The intensity has lifted.
But medium. We could get lucky if you just have a massive turnaround right now.
Could do.
Come home with bells and whistles. Or we could peg it.
I'd give it at least another third.
Okay, we're going to give this one another third because we're serious reviewers. Okay, another drink on the cigar, I should say.
And we'll be back at the second third.
So far, you're not missing much, Ken. Smitty, I'm almost down to my last third of this Partagas Series D No5. So I'll go first.
You go first, one.
Underwhelmed. I think if we've sold 3 boxes in the last 6 months, we're not going to sell any more after this review. It just doesn't provide me with any Partagas-esque flavour. It doesn't show me anything.
No flavour structure there. It's just a mishmash of undefined flavours. It does have a chocolatey aspect to it. There's light spice, like you said, through the nose.
Even that's gone now.
It's built in its intensity, but it hasn't built in its flavour. Would you lie this down? You say you're not.
You got 40 minutes. You know, if say you're a blender in Habanos, right? Yeah, in La Fabrica. In Habanos, they say I had to approve this blend. You got 40 minutes to make a statement. What statement do you want to make?
You're not making it. Well, you're making the wrong statement at the moment with this blend.
Now, I want it to be powerful. Or I want it to be suave and smooth. I want certain highlights in it. I want something. I want, you know, that's the way I would start. I want the person who smokes one of these to come away with the following thoughts. Right now, the only thought I'm coming across or coming out of this is, I don't want another one. It has no gonads.
No.
It has no structure. It has no underlying complexity. And let me tell you, it's a dark day in hell if we're holding out greenness as being a positive.
I know. I'm just looking at where, or what positives you can draw from it that it may improve down the track, 6 months to a year, but you're not looking at 2 to 5 on this.
No, mate. The only positive I can draw is you can fuck it off pretty quickly. I think that's pretty ordinary.
You're not even going to take this fishing, are you?
I'd be embarrassed to throw that in the water. I'm dead set hoping the Bolivar short Bolivar next can be better than this. And look, I don't want to be too dramatic, but I'm not even going to rate that cigar. I've had plenty of them now. That is actually from the same box that we reviewed 6 months ago. Now, we have had others which are better than that in the Partagas Series D No5, but at no time have they been exemplary cigars.
No, they haven't. Look,
I'll do a price clearance on them for you, whatever it is, take the rest of them. I'll never stock that cigar again. It's our last bottle of this too. We need to go down and get some more. Can you remind me? That's obviously a priority.
Yeah, and take all the credit that he started it and thought of the idea.
He's a dickhead. He's not talking to me after that post regarding he was one of the Thunderbirds. Did you get any Easter eggs?
Out of this or just at Easter?
No, at Easter.
I got one Easter bunny. What'd you get?
Nothing. It wasn't an Easter egg for Dad anyway.
Isn't Easter all about giving, same as Christmas?
Surprisingly, I was told on Easter Sunday that Dad can afford to lose some weight. And that's the reason I didn't get any this year, mate. I can't give that many away.
No.
And I mean, I can change the bands for Ken and call them short Cohibas, but even then,
after a while, he'll cotton on to it. They don't exist.
He'll find out to get on the Trevor's website.
He'll find that short Cohibas don't exist. But the first box or two will be fine.
I know, because that's the story we tell them that they're actually Siglo 1s with extras. Siglo 1 extra.
A robust Siglo 1.
I know, he'll cotton on sooner or later. No.